Hello everyone, and welcome to the August 2026 Energetic Insights. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Deepika Mystery, and I'm an intuitive guide, energy healer, coach, and a consultant. And for nearly 7 years now, I've been sharing these insights on a month-by-month basis, and it's really geared up for those of you that are becoming more and more consciously aware of your intuitive and energetic abilities and are looking for some practical guidance to help you to navigate your way through. So if this sounds like you, welcome, you're here at the right place. Oh my goodness, how are we already in August, and what a crazy, wild July was. And I'll be really curious to find out how you experienced July and what helped you to move through the energies in July, because I know a number of people in this community were experiencing, including myself, really huge wipeout waves of exhaustion, and then also old physical niggles were showing up, new physical injuries were happening to a lot of people, brain fog, sinus issues, this sense of confusion, overwhelm. So I'd be curious to find out from you how you experienced the energies in July and what helped you to navigate your way through the energies in July, because I feel that there's so many of us that are going through similar sort of things. So you might have something that it might help somebody else, and it will help somebody else feel less alone as well. And again, as always in these insights, I'll share ways in which you can, ways in which you can navigate these energies and be more aware of it. All right, let's dive into the announcement before going into the energies for this month. So the first announcement I have is the Energetic Alignment Group Healing Meditation Session is taking place on Sunday the 16th of August at our usual time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time, and 7 p.m. European time. And the theme this month is called Telepathy Through Heart to Soul. So if you're curious to find out more about that, please do go ahead and check out the link below, and you can sign up there. And then I am still offering the new client 90-minute session, which is an intuitive reading and energy healing. So if you've been curious about working with me one-to-one but not quite ready to commit to the 3 or 12-month program, this is a great way to experience what it is like to work with me. I've opened up a few more slots in August because a number of you asked, you couldn't do it in July, so I've opened it up and will keep it open for August. So you can check out more information about that in the link below, or just feel free to message me directly through the website. And then I also have one more spot available, which I will open up towards the end of this month for a 1-month, 3-month, or a 12-month program. So if you're curious about that, do go ahead to my website and drop me a message. And then finally, as always, if you do enjoy these videos, please do go ahead and share them with your families, your friends, your co-workers, your loved ones. Comment below, hit the thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, please do go ahead and subscribe. All of this helps this video to reach those that really need to listen and watch this at this time. So thank you so much. All right, let's fully dive into the energies for this month. And boy, I mean, it's been really interesting. I've lost how many times I've tried to record these insights. I've had to take a break and then come back to it. So I feel that's very much how the energies are this month, because there are new things that are forming, but it's almost like we can't do it in the old way, and we may need to pause and then reset and restart and go again. So I feel that is going to be a theme that will play out through this month, and I'll see if I can explain how that will play out. What I feel initially with August, there's going to be 2 parts. The first part is very much an overspill of the energies from July. So if you haven't watched the July insights, I highly recommend that you go back and watch July's insight. It's a long insight, but if you put it on speed, you'll get the information that you need from it. But I feel like, I think around the 18th of July, and again on the 25th of July, we kind of sank into this underworld energy, which was linked to endings. And so I feel that we're still in that at the moment, but I also feel this month that there are going to be 2 phases, 2 waves of energy that will bring us out of the underworld into this energy of new beginnings. So it feels like 2 halves, but it's almost like split into thirds as well. So it'll be really fascinating to see how the energies play out this month. And I also mentioned last month, and I'm going to mention again this month, always just take what you need and what resonates from these insights. Everything is shifting and changing so fast at the moment, and it's almost like the foundations is also being reorganized. So whatever I say may not be valid in a couple of days. So always just take what you need. And I'm only sharing what the energies, how I'm feeling the energies at this time. And it could change in like 10 days time or something like that. And then I have this really key reminder as we go through this energy for this month. And that reminder is that I know so many of you, and myself included, so tired of these waves upon waves upon waves of purging on so many levels. And I'll speak about this in the first two themes because there's two other waves, and I know some of you are like, oh my god, I'm so done with this, but trust me, it's the two really powerful, and we're already in it at the moment, so it's just kind of bringing light to what we're in. And I feel that as we're moving through this, those of you that consider yourself sensitive, you're going to feel this so much more as we move through the energies over the next till the end of the year as well. So what I've been guided to remind you of is that nothing is set in stone, and we are the creators, and we are creating moment by moment by the choices that we make. So if you feel like you're completely out of control, please come back to this truth. There's nothing is set in stone, and we are the creators. And when you're in the purging cycles, it can be really difficult to remember that. So maybe just put that down and note it, put it on a post-it note and put it on your fridge or something like that. And that will help you to navigate the energies from this month. Okay. I am going to rattle through some key dates, some of them that I got in July, and just add a little bit to it. And then I also received this visual image which links to the key dates that I'm going to try and explain, and then I'll share the image, and those two things will go quite nicely together. Hopefully, she says. All right. In July's insight, I mentioned the 25th of July, and I actually got the date wrong. I said the 25th of July to the 28th of July, but actually meant the 25th of July to the 28th of August. There is this Earth acceleration energy, and we're absolutely in it right now. And there's changes to the structure of the Earth that is happening, and it's accelerating our human awakening, but not just our human awakening, our cosmic awakening, our Earth awakening. And many of us will see this from the fires that have been going on, the earthquakes that are happening across the world, the volcanoes that are erupting, and all the solar flares and the Schumann resonance going absolutely bonkers at the moment. So this is really much this Earth acceleration energy, and that is accelerating our awakening. And that's why I said those of us that are sensitive are going to feel this on a whole new level this month. Last month, I also mentioned that on the 11th of August, we're going to experience this energy, which is like a shockwave energy that will have a global impact. I don't know what it is, but somebody in my Instagram community also mentioned to me that on the 12th of August, we've got the new moon and the eclipses, one of the first eclipses for this month. So it feels very, very potent. So I don't know what's going to happen. Just be mindful and aware around that time. Things are going to get a little bit spicy and spiky a little bit. But also what is happening, like everything is happening all at once at the moment. And it's funny, it's one of the messages that my guys said, all at once, everything all at once is a message that I keep hearing from them. Anyway, I digress. Back to the dates. So between the 8th and the 11th of August, there is going to be this wave. So last month on the 18th of July, I mentioned that we were having this first wave of reorganization energy on an earth level, human level, and a cosmic level. And then this month we're going to have two waves of it. The first wave of those two waves is between the 8th and the 11th. And basically, there's an energy of reforming, which I'll explain with the image that I got in a moment, which is like reforming everything that had been shattered. So around the 18th of July, I get this sensation that we kind of went through this experience that we were bombarded with these frequency waves, like sound waves that we cannot see, that kind of really shattered and shook us up inside of ourselves. And that's why so many of us were feeling this exhaustion energy as well. And a lot of it, for some people, it took us into the underworld, or it's brought us down a level of frequencies. Almost like, you know, when you're building something and you think that that is a new thing that you're building, and then the new frequency hits it, and then you realize, oh, it can't withstand the new frequency. Oh, I built it in the old way, so it shatters again. So you get a chance to rebuild it again, but at a higher frequency in a new way. So this is the energy of what is playing out here, and this energy, this wave, will bring us out of this kind of ending energy, out of the underworld energy. And then on the 28th to the 30th of August, we've got the wave 3 of this reorganization energy. But the way that this comes across is different. It comes across like an electrical reconfiguration energy, and it's almost like it creates these brand new neuro pathways. And I will explain it with this image that I've seen. So it's really, really fascinating how these energies are playing out. And then again, as I mentioned in the July insights, July, August and September, we're in this energy of summer of love. Again, I will explain it in one of the themes. It's like a lot of it's overlapping this month. And this love energy is really about how much can you open your heart and receive the unconditional love that you already are. How much can you open your heart and receive? How much can you open your heart and receive? And the more that you can open your heart and receive, the more love you have flowing in and out through you, the more love you have available to give to those that need it as well. So the energies are really, really supporting this energy of summer of love. Okay, I am going to share this image that I got. It's a bit wacky, but hopefully it will explain the waves, the reorganization wave and the electrical reconfiguration waves. So just imagine that you are out in space and all of these puzzle pieces, and you can think about them as little asteroids if you want to. These random puzzle pieces are floating around. Well, actually they look random, but they actually are not random. And they are floating around after they have been shattered from the energies from July. And what you're finding here is that these puzzle pieces are starting to move together, but these puzzle pieces may experience a sense of, they may repel each other, very much like how magnets can repel. They can either magnetize towards each other or repel one another. So if you're feeling this repelling sensation, and many of us will feel this repelling sensation in the first wave around the 11th of August, the key thing here is to let go. Let go, let go, let go. Notice where you are in the energy of pride. Notice your ego. Notice your attachments, especially to your old identities, your old way of thinking that is linked to what you have been measuring yourself to based on the collective's framework versus your own framework. So if you're feeling that repelling sensation, it's a good opportunity to let go, because it's repelling because you're still holding on to this energy of pride, ego, attachments to old identities. And then what you'll find that when it comes to the second wave this month, at the end of the month, the new pieces will start to form together. And then this really comes down to how wide can you open your heart? How wide can you open your heart and receive the new formation into your heart? So this is all about bringing it into your heart and allowing these pieces that form together, because once you've resolved that kind of the pride, the ego and the attachments, they will magnetize towards each other and they'll start forming. And then it's like your heart needs to open up to then receive that formation into your heart. It will feel really, really uncomfortable and foreign. And I've got two things that can help with this. First, just take a deep breath in and sigh and have the intention to receive. And then you can use an affirmation. And the affirmation goes, I receive my heart's truest desires for me, for the collective, for the earth and the cosmos. So sigh and receive the energy, and then you can use the affirmation, I receive my heart's truest desires for me, the collective, the earth, and the cosmos. And what happens when we enter into the end of the month, this formation that then is in our heart gets an electrical boost, electrical boost. I'm so sorry, but it may feel like an abuse. Oh my goodness, it will fry us a little bit, I think, but in a good way. And that will come in, and it basically will activate these neural pathways. So the image that I get, so imagine in space, all these puzzle pieces are floating around, and then they're coming together, and they're all dark, and they don't look like they have any life. And then boom, there is this electrical boost that happens. So imagine that someone's getting, someone's heart went flat, and they're getting those paddles on their heart to reactivate the heart. It's that, and all these kind of luminescence, light, which is like water and light frequency, kind of come together and start creating this new neural pathway between these new puzzle pieces that have come into form. So this really explains what we've been moving through. Like, we have been shattered, we have been broken open, and all our pieces have come out, and we've been sorting through, okay, what is me, what is not me, what is the collective, what is karma. We've been sorting through that, and now it's a time when it's starting to come together. And now it's a time, as it comes together, it gets activated by this electrical boost. And this really, really, really excites me. So I hope that makes sense. All right, let me share the first message I received from the guides before I go into the first theme for this month. So the guides go, you are moving through rapid electrical waves of awakening that is repeatedly shocking your system into a new state of being. Notice what you are tightly holding on to and let go. The many societal identities, the projected pride, and the ego elevation. Let go, let go. Let go. This is not who you are. It is time to surrender to yourself, releasing all that you are not, creating space and opening your heart to receive all that you truly are. Your soul self is ready to come home. Come back home to you. Apart from the last little mess up there, this is an absolutely beautiful message, and it really explains the key dates that I got and this image that I got as well. So yeah, it's a very, very exciting time. It's going to be still overwhelming for many of us, but just know you are heading in the right direction. And none of us, and I think this is why I think I need to say at the beginning of these insights, like, it's really difficult for me to even grab the energies to tell you, okay, these are the themes, these are the energies that come in. I have expanded, so I'm getting better at understanding these new energies, but it's a whole new language that I'm learning at the moment. So it's not like how I used to do the insights a year ago. It's a completely different way. So I think I trip over myself, and that's why I've had to record it several times. Sorry, I thought I had something coming out of my mouth there. So I've had to record it several times to do it in a different way and do it from a different energy as well. So I think many of us are going to be moving through this. Then before I move into the first theme, just a quick recap of the July energies, because as I said, it's still going to be playing out this month. And the themes were merging, converging, and separating realities, closing doors opens doors, empowered empath expansion, love simply loves. If any of those resonate with you, do go back and watch the July insights. All right, so the first theme for this month is called Dream Worlds Awakenings. And the guides go, you're awakening in the worlds of dreams, where realities merge, converge, and separate, where timelines feed into one another, and clarity comes through confusion. You are a multidimensional being, and your remembering has just begun. Do not seek it, as you shall not find it. Do not control it, as it shall elude your mind. Simply surrender into it and into yourself, and what needs to be revealed to you shall be revealed in harmony and perfect timing. The multidimensional shedding shall require your human body to rest, recalibrate, and reset. You are not broken. You are reorganizing yourself. You are reorganizing your human earth cosmic configuration. So yeah, that is a fascinating message, and it really speaks so loudly of what's the level of purging that's going on, and that is actually happening in our dream state. So before I dive into this, first, take a breath, connect to your heart, connect with your body, and breathe again deeply. That is one simple practice that you can do throughout the day that will help you to move through these energies, because as much as we're experiencing a lot of shifts and changes in this reality, in our waking world, with what's going on in the collective, what's going on with the earth, what's going on in our lives, what's going on within ourselves, we're also experiencing it in our dream world. So I know many of you are exhausted by this. But no, I really want to share this really important message, because it really speaks to the level of work that we have done and why we're experiencing this purging. And the key message I keep getting is we haven't gone backwards. We haven't gone backwards. And that is because we can only purge what we can feel at the level of consciousness that we're at. I'll repeat that. We can only purge what we can feel at the level of consciousness that we're at. And our consciousness is expanding, and it keeps on expanding. And this is the journey that we have signed up for in this lifetime. For many of us, we have. Some of us haven't, but many of us who are watching this video have signed up. And it is exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. And I can, there's so many times in July that I've been completely knocked out by the energies, like really, really hard to keep my eyes open. And it's like, imagine having your eyes kept open by matchsticks. Even that won't work, because it's like the eyes just keep shutting. So it's really, really exhausting. The key thing here is to be mindful that you do not fall into this victim consciousness, because and to remember that you're not broken, you are expanding and evolving. And to move through this, you're going to have to rest. Resting is the only way to move through it. When we start to try and figure it out with our minds or try and push ourselves, it just overloads and overstimulates our system, and we become really, really overwhelmed. So many of you, if you're experiencing anxiety in this depression, is to slow down and make time to rest wherever you can, even if it means shutting your eyes for 5 minutes. And if you're working and you've got a lot on your plate, put like a 5-minute break where you just simply close your eyes and focus on your breath, and that's it. And the intention is that as I do this, I allow myself to rest, I allow myself to recalibrate, I allow myself to reset, I allow the energies to integrate. We're going to need this more and more as we go through. The energies are not going to stop. They are really propelling us forward and really pushing us forward. And what we're also going to notice is that, on the surface, we're going to start to see changes this month. So many of us, myself included, for the last 3 years, I've gone through a lot of change, but a lot of that change has been internal. It's not been external. My outside world, like I've said before, hasn't changed at all. Not one single bit. But everything inside has been reconfigured, reorganized, and it's still going through the process at another expanded level of consciousness. But this month, we're going to start to see some of those changes come out in the tangible form. So how we've been relating to ourselves internally will start to show, and we'll start to magnetize people in a different way based on how we're now relating to ourselves. How we relate to others is going to change. How we relate in our work situation is going to change. The earth and the cosmos. And there is also this energy here that even more truths are going to start to come to light. And it's not necessarily what's going on in the collective. It's a truth within yourself. It's a truth within your family, in your workplace, in your friendships group, with the earth, with the cosmos. There's so many different levels and layers to this. And for some of you, it's just going to be that truth about you, about yourself. And again, I think the message here, that the work that many of us have done to date has mostly been on a human conscious level. It's not to say it's all been on a human conscious level, but mostly been on a human conscious level. But so many more of us are awakening. And those of us that have already been awakened, we are awakening to a whole new level of our multidimensional configuration. So this is why that, I don't know about you, but I know I've been experiencing, and I know some of you on my Instagram community have also been experiencing that the dream worlds are completely different at the moment. And it's the best way I can explain it is like there's all these different watercolors that are bleeding and blending into each other, and in some level it makes sense, but there's a language that I don't fully understand, but yet I know. So when I wake up, it's difficult for me to even write down the dreams or to remember what the dreams was about and who was it. the people in the dreams feel familiar, but they're not actually people that I know in this lifetime, yet it all kind of bleeds in and out. And because so many of us are moving, because time is moving so fast, and we're kind of still trying to find our footing with everything shifting and changing and evolving around us in this reality. So we're then going into our dream world, and then we're processing things in our dream world as well. So it's like another level of expansion. So that's why some of us may wake up feeling really, really exhausted, but not knowing quite why. So in our dream world, we are again processing more, and we're developing a greater understanding of who we truly are. And the way that I've seen this, and I think it very much links to theme 1 from July, which is like, I feel there are multiple parallel lives or multiple timelines where we are existing in. And in our dream world, what's happening is that we're visiting those timelines and doing like a course correction, whether it's merging of those timelines, separating those timelines, or something is kind of coming together and separating. That's the sensation that I'm getting. So all the clearing and purging that we have done here, it's kind of then being transferred into the different parallel lives, into the different timelines, and whatever work has been done there is coming through to us. And yet whatever work that we do in our dream world, I know this sounds absolutely bonkers, but stay with me, but whatever we're doing in our dream world, we still have to process it through our physical body. That's why many of us are getting headaches, having brain fog, having sinus issues, having physical ailments, because it's there to slow us down, especially if you're someone that keeps moving really, 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 really fast and not resting and not slowing down. It's the only way to process this. And as we process this, our bodies are getting reconfigured. So if we've done something, we've acquired like another level of consciousness in another parallel life, that is then coming in and moving into our physical body. So it's like a little game that you play. So I'm trying to explain it. Hang on, I will get there. I will make sense of it. I have the image, and I'm trying to put to words something I understand on an energetic level, but really struggle to put the words because it's not linear and it's not tangible. It's so multi-dimensional, but hopefully I have explained it, but I'll go back. So say in one timeline we have conquered something and conquered a belief about ourselves, or we've overcome a trauma or a wounding, and we've done it in that lifetime, but we haven't quite done it yet in this lifetime. When we're in the dream world, those two things will merge and converge, but our physical body still needs to process it. So it's almost like the person that we are in a parallel lifetime gives us a gift, and we do that, and then we do it the same way around. I hope that makes some sense, but we're still processing it through our physical body. Okay. Let's move on after all of that. Let's move on to theme 2. Theme 2 is called Karmic Reorganization and Resolution. And the guides go: stop, stand still and breathe. Become aware of your shoulders, your back, your neck and head. Notice the tension, tightness and the weight you have been carrying. Breathe into it, and now give yourself permission to release it. Karmic reorganization and resolution is underway. Lessons have been learned through the weight you've carried, through lifetimes and generations, from the land, seas and stars. Karmic loops are closing, so we say, put down the karmic weight. You do not need them where you are going. Surrender into the empty space and breathe. Now trust yourself as you step forward onto your soul's path. Your destiny awaits. So again, another beautiful, insightful message. And I just feel that something new is emerging through us. And I think that this energy and what this is speaking to, I think many of us have been stuck in karmic loops, repeating over and over and over and over again. So we're having to learn the same lesson over and over and over again. But I think there's a different level of awareness at the moment. And the karma is being reorganized so that it can actually be resolved. And I think the key message here is lessons have been learned through the weight you've carried through lifetimes and generations from the land, seas and stars. Karmic loops are closing. So I think there's a great opportunity to really just drop the weights, drop the karmic weights. I know it sounds kooky and it doesn't maybe not feel right, because so many of us have got so used to holding this weight. So many of us have built identities over this weight. Many of us have built services and built a sense of self-worth and sense of self around carrying these weights. And so to let it go, it's like, I don't think I'm going to let it go. I'll be naked. Who am I going to be if I let these weights go? Who am I? But that's the thing, that's the beauty of it, because you can let it go and there's this whole new space gets created. And that is, again, the battle is going to be in holding on to it when the energies are saying, let go, let go, let go, let go, and you're holding on to it. But once you make that decision to let go, the energies are just really going to support you. It's going to be an uncomfortable process, but you will be lifted up and you'll be raised into another level of consciousness where, you know, you can really choose to stand still, breathe, and choose differently, and instead of looping around. And you may also experience that you're aware of this, but you're still not quite ready to let go, but you can still do the loops around much more consciously. And at some point you'll be like, oh, I'm done. I'm going to choose something differently. Here are some affirmations that can help you as you move through this process. So the first one is, I give myself permission to release the looping karmic baggage. I'll say that again. I give myself permission to release the looping karmic baggage. The second one is, today I choose me and all that feels like me. The third one is, I trust myself to feel safe in the discomfort as I surrender to this untrodden path. I am free, and the last one is, I am free to be me, all of me and my wholeness. Whatever you do, I'll put a note of these affirmations in one of the posts on YouTube and also on Instagram, so you have this and you can keep this for this month to work through this karmic reorganization resolution energy, so you can really harness it and make the most of it. And so when we are going through this reorganization energy, it will feel destabilizing, it will feel confusing to the mind. The body may freeze, may have injuries, may just kind of have different niggles and things that show up, or we might just get knocked out, like with these waves of exhaustion. You might get sinus issues, headaches, brain fog. Some of you may feel like anxious, depressed, overwhelmed, confused. There's so many different symptoms, but all of this is like, it's almost like the universe says, we just want you to switch off your operating system. So if you're not resting, you're going to experience this a lot more. So when you do rest, these symptoms really do ease. And then, but we kind of keep ourselves busy with that, because part of this process with your reorganization is that some of our old stuff is going to come out. And can we hold that without shaming and judging ourselves and condemning ourselves to say we've gone backwards, or feeling really awful about ourselves, like, why is this showing up? I thought I've already processed this. And really, for about a day, maybe two, or maybe for some of you it's an hour, maybe half a day, that you really sit with what's showing up. And that's it. You just sit with it. You don't judge it. You don't push it away. You don't try and heal it. You don't try to do anything. It's just showing up because it's clearing. And that's it. And the actual reorganization energy is doing the work. And so we don't really need to do the work. We simply need to hold the space and let it be, and just notice that we do not shame and judge it. And then the resolution energy will feel like this peaceful sensation just emanating through our heart. We'll be able to breathe deeper, and as we sigh, there is this expansion in our heart space as well. There's more freedom in our physical body, there's a strength to our physical body, and there is a sense of being really comfortable with the unknown. So when we're transitioning across this, it's almost like there's a discomfort of that. And you know, depending on how loud your mind is, you might fall back into old looping patterns of trying to figure it out. Just be mindful of that. And as you become a witness of it, it will just start to ease. So the key thing here is hold the space and let the reorganization energy do what it needs to do, and drop the karmic weight. The energies are really supporting that right now. All right, let's move on to the third theme for this month. And the third theme is called Telepathy through Heart to Soul. And the guides go, take a deep breath in and slowly let it out and sigh. As you soften and sink into your heart, now sigh again, allowing your heart to expand into its fullness. In this heart expansion, your telepathic senses shall be reactivated, reconnecting you with your soul through electrical pulses likened to sonar waves. The light water frequency network is reformed. As light waves pulses and water ripples in circular motion, your heart remembers the song of your soul. As they dance in joy and celebration, like long-lost lovers, the union through the heart to the soul is formed. So I really, really love this message. It's very much linked to the overall theme from July, August and September, which is around the summer of love. The first two themes for this month was really about purging at a whole new level. And this one is really about reconnecting and remembering a part of us that has already existed before time and space. So this is our telepathic senses, and it is the way to connect to it is through the heart, and the first connection point is to the soul. So it's not about being telepathic with each other, it's with yourself, within your heart, to your soul, and then the rest of it will just open up really, really beautifully. And I feel that the way that this is going to show up, like not just inside of yourself but outside, is that I think many more of us are going to have these heart-opening experience of pure unconditional love. I feel that many more of us will be stepping into a new level, a new wave of this self-love energy that just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. And we may find that we deepen that love with ourselves, then we might find that we're deepening the love that we have and share with our parents, with our children, with our partners. For those of you, and I hope this is going to be true for me too, those of you that are single, you may be meeting soulmates or soul family or your soul partner in business and life, whatever it is. And then unions can happen really, really quickly because you now are oscillating at the energy that you're meant to be, and this is the time that you had agreed on a soul level, on soul contract level, that this is the time that you're going to meet and you're going to come together to fulfill the rest of your soul mission. So that just came through me, so I wonder who that is for. Probably for me, hopefully for me. But yeah, so you're going to have that. But even if you are already in a relationship, you might find that you're having another level of awareness, like this new soul connection is birthing through both of you. And so a lot of this is going to be playing out for the next 6 months, I think, but there's a starting point here in this month. So it's really, really important. It's a great opportunity as well to get clear about your heart's desires. What is your truest heart's desire? What is your heart desiring? Your heart doesn't desire something for the sake of desiring it. It's there for a reason. It's connected to the soul. So whatever your soul mission is here, that soul mission is coming through and you're feeling it through the heart. So with this telepathic senses opening up and reconnecting much more strongly with the soul, you're going to feel the soul energies coming into your heart, and then that's going to amplify and activate your heart's truest desire on another level. So it's a great opportunity to really connect with that and let that beam out. And as you beam that out, it's almost like you carry I'm going to say a badge, but just imagine that you're carrying this frequency, and it's the various colors of the rainbow, but a different combination of the rainbow, and you're emanating that out, and it beams out and it beams out. And as you go about your day, whether it's work, whether you're playing, whether you're doing something different, you are and you're going about your day through joy and gratitude for whatever it is and whatever is showing up. It's almost like it becomes, it's like you will notice somebody else radiating at that same frequency. So this is the important thing about all of these themes, is that we're becoming this new energy, and as we become this new energy, we come back home not only to ourselves, which is the main point and key point, but to our soul family. And this is where I feel that when we come together as a soul family, the energy of love just moves at another level and another frequency, and it lifts us all up. And and therefore, if you think about it, all the purging that we've done, we have been holding on to old conditions, patterns, thought forms that are in victim consciousness, that have been occupying our mind, that have been causing us physical ailments. All of that, we have been going through these purging cycles over and over again to clear it out. So there is space for this energy to come through. So I feel that this is one part of the message about the soul connections and the love frequency. But there's another part of this, which is around the telepathic senses. So some of you are already communicating with your pets, your children, maybe your intimate partner telepathically without even realizing that you're doing it. So that is going to get amplified, and you're going to have a greater understanding, a greater realization of that communication channel that is between you and your pet, between you and your child, between you and your partner, and even between you and your friends as well. And then that will expand out. You may feel that you will sense and feel spirits around you if you haven't done so already. So then this keeps expanding out. And those of you that are healers and already doing this work, we've already been communicating telepathically on some level, whether through our hearts or our minds. And this one's really about being embodied in the heart, to our spirit guides, to our clients when we're doing client sessions, to their body, to their higher self, to their soul. So we're already having those communication channels open. And what I feel for those of us that are in this work, we're going to get another boost. And I'm just like, oh my God, how many more boosts can I take? This is like, I've already expanded so much. My sensitivities are so sensitive. That's the only word that I can come at. Is there going to be more expansion? I'm just like, oh my goodness. So know that you're not the only one that's feeling it. I am totally feeling it right now. But there's this kind of amplification. I have already experienced some of this already, and I'll try my best to explain this, because the telepathic through the heart to the soul is also very much linked to the energy, the frequency of light and water combined. So what I will share is a very simple thing that I think many of us would already know about or already experience. So if you imagine that you are going to the beach, to the sea, to the ocean, and it's a beautiful sunny day, and when the sun hits the waves, you get this kind of diamond sparkly effect that happens. And what is happening now, it's almost like you can start to communicate with that. It's like a language and a frequency that the heart knows. So you can play with it in terms of going to the beach, going to sea, noticing the ripples of the sea and the light that's shining, bouncing off it, and open your heart and receive that energy and play with that and see what you experience. This is something that I've been doing for a while, and those of you that work with me, I've probably guided you through a meditation doing this as well. But also, and I don't quite have the human language for this at the moment, but I have had this incredible energetic experience in June, where I ended up going to one of my favorite islands. It was not planned. I was not meant to go. It just happened. I was pushed somehow to kind of go, and it opened up a whole new way of communicating with the earth and with the sea, and with the way that which the sea spoke to me, the ocean spoke to me, was just so expansive. And I actually don't have the words for it. The best way I can explain it, like, I could not tell, even though I was sitting on the sand with my feet in the sand with the sun burning my skin, and I did burn, and I don't normally burn, the sun burning my skin, I was so fixated on the ocean and the waves and the wind blowing, like I had all the elements there just perfectly ripe. And I couldn't tell you whether I was me in my body, the sand, or the ocean, or the wind, or the sun. And it was just this tripping experience, but there was so much that is being communicated at that level. So, and that was just a whole nother level experience. And that is the best way I can explain it, but it was so much more than that. But I don't have the words for it. But anyway, I'm sharing that because I think many more of us are going to start to have those experiences. And if we're already having those experiences, yeah, just watch out. It's going to expand to a whole new level. So don't forget to hide underneath the duvets, because that's exactly where anyone will find me this month. All right, enough of the jokes. Let's go on to the fourth and final theme. And I've actually forgotten to put a title to this theme. So what I'm going to do is just going to call it Theme 4. And when I go back and upload this video, I'll put the actual title for this, because I'm not going to make one up here. I completely forgot to put the title. Anyway, but I have the message from the guides, and you'll get the gist of this anyway. Right. So the guides go, play, play, and play. With joy, with laughter, with imagination running wild. Play without attachments. Play without a need for outcomes. In moments of pure, playful play, your creativity has permission to come alive, to sing and dance to the rhythm of your soul, freely expressing itself through itself. As creativity flows, in each and every moment, abundance naturally follows. It is time now for you to give yourself permission to play without goals, without boundaries, without shame, without judgment. Your creativity can breathe, and as creativity breathes, it creates your life abundantly, in turn fulfilling your heart's truest desires. So I feel that this is just a very, very important message to play this month, because so many new things are taking form and we don't have a map. We don't know the how. And part of the how is to allowing ourselves to play. So we can set our intentions, what our hearts are desiring. So let me go back a bit. First and foremost, get clear on what your heart's desiring. Create that connection with your heart. Go into your heart, get clear on your heart's truest desire. Let your heart communicate to you. Allow yourself to build a relationship with your heart. And once that's happened, you create intentions of what you want to create in this world that comes from your heart's truest desires. And then you play. Not because you want to create that, but you play, because then you kind of sink in and say, okay, what brings me joy? What lights me up? What allows my creativity to play and creativity to flow? So try something new, do something different. And if you're in the same routine, put the intention of that as you do this, it allows your heart's truest desire to come to you. So it's really a great opportunity this month where new things will start to come to us. And so the way that I see that some of this may be working for some of you, so if you're struggling to play, these are some of the things that you can do that will help you to move into this playful, creative energy. So maybe you want to spend more time with your children and experiencing the world through their lens. That's a great way of getting into that playful energy, to getting into that creative energy. For some of you, it may be painting, drawing, singing, dancing, or baking, cooking, making something from paper, from wood, using your hands, and or even gardening can be playful. So do something that you are actually using your physical body to do, but you're bringing this playful energy that, you know, allows whatever you're doing, you can allow yourself to express yourself through the painting, through the drawing, to the singing, through the dancing, or the gardening. Most of the time we're only doing something to get something, or to get somewhere, or to go somewhere. But this is about doing something to express yourself, to express your heart's truest desire. So the energy this month is also about to put yourself, your project, your ideas out there. You and your project and ideas are energetically protected this month, and that's the energy that I get. Let it come from your heart, from joy. And when you start to put new things out there, these kind of new neural pathways starts to form, very much like I mentioned at the beginning, with this like electrical reconfiguration energy. And as these currents kind of move through these new pathways, whatever you're playing with, new things start to come into form. So it's a really, really powerful month of powerful energies. And one of the things I will give you an example of for this theme is that one thing that I really committed to from last month was to get myself out of my house. I work from home, do my client sessions from home, but I was just like, I was going absolutely bonkers because I miss being around people. And that's why I said last month, I really miss my consulting job, even though an opportunity did come through. And I don't know, for the love of God, why I didn't reorganize my plans to make that work, because I could have done. It would have been a little bit challenging, but I could have done that. But anyhow, the right opportunity will come. But there's something here about doing things differently, putting yourself out there. So I started, instead of going sauna and cold plunging by myself, I started going with somebody from my community. That is part of the energetic alignment community. And so we now have our regular sauna sessions. And then sometimes we also work together from the coffee shops. So it's doing something new. And then on Instagram, I saw this post, and if you follow me, you know what I'm talking about. But I saw this post where they put this well-known stylist put together an event for 20 people, and I just submitted my email and my Instagram handle, and out of I don't know how many people, I was one of 20 that got selected. And one of my intentions for July had been to meet new people, to get out there and to socialize more, because I can be kind of a little bit of a hermit and an introvert, but it was so nice to do that and to meet new people. So all of these things start to happen because I've started to do something differently. So you just don't know who you might meet, how you'll come to meet them. And today I did something really creative, which was basically cutting up a t-shirt and playing with it, which I've never allowed myself to do. And that permission slip that I got was from the event that I went to last week, that I was surprisingly chosen for, that I would never normally apply for. So all of this magic is happening because I'm doing things differently, and I'm not doing something because I want to get somewhere, or I'm not doing something because I want a particular outcome. I'm doing it because, oh, this feels good, done, let's do it. And there's nothing to do with any outcomes or any attachments. So this is why this energy around the playfulness is so powerful this month. And I feel that as these energies of endings and beginnings kind of come together in waves, there's seeds that have been planted that now start to ripen with the beginnings. And then as the endings kind of clear up path, there's this new space that's been created for new seeds to be planted. So there's a lot that is going on again this month. So seriously, play, take care of yourself, and please don't forget to have your duvet days. You're going to need them. We're all going to need them, especially those of you that are super sensitive. Trust me on this. Rest. The more you rest, the easier it is for these energies to move through you, the less it will have an impact on you. It's not to say that it won't have an impact, it will, that we will feel it. It's not like we're going to bypass it, because we can't bypass it. We will feel it, but the more you rest, the easier you're able to navigate it as well. So this is a whole nother level of surrendering and trust to something that we know nothing about, because this is the first time we're walking this path, and there is no plan, there is no roadmap. So yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching this insights. And if you have enjoyed them, please do go ahead and share them with your loved ones, your friends, your families, your co-workers. Leave a comment below, hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do go ahead and subscribe. And then those of you that are needing some extra support this month, come and join the Energetic Alignment group, the Energetic Alignment community, which is a group healing meditation session, and that's taking place on Sunday the 16th of August at our usual time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time, and 7 p.m. European time. And the theme this month is called Telepathy Through Heart to Soul. And then you still got a chance, if you were thinking about it last month and you didn't sign up, you still got another month to try out a new client session with me. It's just a 90-minute one-off session, which comprises of an intuitive reading and a healing. And all of that information can be found on my website. So thank you all so much for being here and watching this. I will see you all probably next week, which will be next month in September. All right, take care. Bye for now.